Hi, I'm Andrew, licensed technician here at Middlehope Veterinary Hospital. This is Danny, another licensed technician, and this is Charlotte, our volunteer. And we are going to show you how to give subcutaneous fluids to your cat. Your doctor, when they prescribe the fluids, they will tell you how much to give and how often. You will measure how much you're giving as you're giving them to your cat, and we'll film another video describing how this system here works and how to make this bag. So when you are giving fluids to a cat or dog, generally speaking, we would like to go in the shoulder blade area. There is not a lot of nerve endings there, not a lot of blood vessels, so it is an ideal place to give these fluids. There's also a decent amount of space underneath. As you can see, I can pick the skin up quite a bit, so that makes it a little more comfortable, a more comfortable place for those fluids to go. So the way you would do that, you would make sure you have a clean needle on your line before you start. You would have your cat in a comfortable place, ideally of their choosing. Sometimes they're not the most cooperative and you might have to physically bring them somewhere. If you can give them treats or food at the same time to make it a more positive experience, that is ideal. So what you would do is pick the skin up, sort of tent it, as we say. You don't want to tug on it too hard, but just enough that you'll be able to get a needle underneath the skin. You want to go at about a 45-degree angle because you don't want to go down and poke your cat. You don't want to go straight through and poke your own fingers or go through the skin. So a 45-degree angle is ideal. So we're going to do this. So tent the skin, 45 degrees, poke through the skin. You do want to make sure she stays put and doesn't jerk around while the needle is under the skin. You want to make sure you're not putting too much tension on the line so that it will pull out. So once that is under and she's in a comfy place, you can begin administering those fluids. So you would open up your line, allow the fluids to go through, and I don't see any dripping out from the sides of her skin. I can tell that my fluids are flowing by looking at the well here, and basically that's it. You would give that until you give the appropriate amount. Again, you look at the measurements on your bag. You just keep talking to your pet, petting them, feeding them, whatever you need to do to make it a nice positive experience for them. Charlotte's being very cooperative and she doesn't need a tremendous amount of fluids today, so we are actually going to cut this a little short for her. So to turn that off, you would take your wheel, scroll it down, you'll see the fluids stop. You pull the needle straight out while pinching the skin so that the fluids don't start to pour out. And you just massage it around, pet it to make sure there isn't too much fluid leaking back out. A little bit is fine, they're not gonna lose everything you just gave them. So it is normal to see some fluids on their fur. Even if it's a little blood tinge, that just means you hit a blood vessel. But as long as it's not excessive and she doesn't seem bothered by it, then I'd say that was a success.